Oops, there we go. Welcome, hello, to the Convocation ceremony of the International Baccalaureate Class of 2024. Please be seated, class. Good afternoon. My name is Corey Hickson, and as director of the IB program at Poudre High School, I want to thank all of you for being here to celebrate, recognize, and honor the graduates and those who have supported them throughout their educational career. To begin our ceremony, please join me in welcoming Poudre High School Principal, Ms. Kathy McKay, as she introduces some of our honored guests.
Thank you, parents, staff, community members, for joining us today. Before we begin our ceremony, I would like to introduce some special guests in our audience. I'd ask that you please stand when I call your name, and then audience, if you could just please hold your applause until I'm finished, I would appreciate that. Members of the PSD Cabinet, Superintendent Brian Kingsley, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Julie Chaplin, Chief Technology Officer Bud Hunt, Chief of Staff Lauren Hooten, and Chief Legal Counsel Autumn Aspen. Also with us are our PSD board members, President Kristen Draper, and Vice President Jessica Zamora, and Director Jim Brokish, as well as our Poudre High School administration, Assistant Principals Carrie Christensen, Brian Keel, and Kendall Wilson, and Dean of Students Kevin Faw. Thank you so much for being here today. Also joining us are members of our Poudre High School IB staff and administrators from PSD, IB, PYP, and Middle Years Program MYP schools. Can you also stand so we can honor you? My connection to the International Baccalaureate program runs deep. I was a former middle years program teacher. My older sons each participated in the primary years program at Bennett and then the middle years program at Lesher. And now 2 will have graduated from the IB diploma program. You know, the choices that an educator makes about their own children speaks highly of the respect they have of the program and the teachers within that program. The reason I wholeheartedly support the IB program, though, is not simply in the rigor of the classrooms, the writing, the research skills that the students learn. In fact, those are secondary to what I think is the true strength of the program. Its mission: to encourage students across the world to become active, compassionate, and lifelong learners who understand that other people with their differences can also be right. Many of you know that this will be my last year as principal of Poudre High School, as I've accepted a position at an IB school in Abu Dhabi. And what I've learned through this transition is just how crucial this IB mission is. When my news was announced, I was shocked to see comments on social media that perpetuated stereotypes of women in the Middle East, comments that were gross generalizations about the culture of the UAE, how people dress, speak, worship. And it was obvious that these misconceptions were born out of a lack of education. And that's why the IB's mission of creating a better and more respectful, peaceful world through education that builds cultural understanding is so important. I'm incredibly proud of our IB teachers who continue to teach facts and let students wrestle with information, analyze different perspectives, problem solve, and explore creative solutions. That's how you become critical thinkers, good listeners, innovators, and informed citizens who celebrate differences while recognizing our shared humanity. And we have so many examples of these graduates putting this mission into action. We've had students create district-wide Muslim student associations to educate teachers and students about the daily experiences of Muslim students within PSD. We've had students do outreach for film festivals that educate audiences on issues of human rights. We've had students partner with community agencies to help build a teen engagement center. We've had students host Model UN conferences, build cook stoves in Guatemalan households, and participate in unified sports. Graduates, as you receive your IB stoles today, signifying your completion of the IB program, I encourage you to continue to live out this mission. Listen to learn, develop and practice empathy, and be curious, not judgmental. Gotta love Ted Lasso. And in doing so, you will create a more harmonious, peaceful world. Ubuntu. Congratulations, graduates.
Before Ms. McKay leaves the stage, I'd like to take this moment to recognize her dedication to Poudre High School and support of the IB program as she transitions to that new adventure far, far away. 20 years ago, Ms. McKay was my student teacher. Yes. And I knew then she had her sights set on great things. It's been an honor to watch you over the years as you've achieved those dreams. Thank you for leading with courage and vision, and for allowing me to be a part of your career. We wish you all the best as you embark on a pivotal year of excitement, adventure, and challenge. And we have to send her off with an honorary Poudre High School IB diploma. "28 years ago, the Poudre High School IB graduated its first class of 27 students. Since then, the program has grown, and we proudly recognize that 1,857 students have walked across the stage as Poudre High School IB diploma candidates. Today, we're pleased to recognize and add the 70 candidates before you to the growing list of graduates. The students seated here exhibit the traits of the IB learner profile daily, including caring, principled, risk takers, open-minded inquirers, thinkers, balanced, mostly, communicators, and very reflective. Clearly, these traits identify internationally minded young people who will help create a better and more peaceful world through their thoughts and actions. And what all of us know is that it truly takes a village to cultivate and support the development of these traits. Therefore, at this time, I'd like to ask that parents please rise, and could the house lights come up? Thank you, so that we can publicly acknowledge all of you for your years of support and encouragement. Thank you. In addition to their parents, there are many others who have helped the IB class of 2024 become the people they are today. In the program, each IB senior has identified former or current teachers, coaches, and mentors who have played a significant role in their success. And we're fortunate to have many of those people joining us today. Honor teachers, mentors, and coaches. Please rise. House lights come back up. Thank you. As we are recognizing these important mentors and teachers, I would like to recognize two IB staff members who have impacted countless students, teachers, and families throughout their careers. Christy Bibby and Laura Ecton, would you please come to the stage to receive your honorary IB stoles? Together, Laura and Christy represent 64 years in education, and they've influenced the lives of thousands of students and families. Whether in the classroom or on the tennis court or softball field, they demonstrate what it means to be of excellent character. They are women of integrity and grace who are committed to teaching and learning. I've been fortunate to work with both of you, and I'm grateful for the lessons in patience, perseverance, and resiliency that you've taught me. Your unwavering consistency in your display of values and your love for the development of others is inspiring, and I truly believe you are both making the world a better place, one relationship at a time. Thank you, Laura and Christy, for being mentors and role models to so many, including myself. You will be missed. At this time, would our Creativity, Activity, and Service Coordinator, Mrs. Tiffany Hunt, please come forward to present this year's CAS Award.
Good afternoon. I'd like to begin by explaining a little about the core of the IB Diploma program to give you a better sense of what the graduates before you have undertaken, as well as to offer some context for the Creativity Activity Service Award. One of the features that distinguishes the IB program from other college equivalency opportunities at the high school level is its emphasis not just on academics, but on developing, as the mission statement puts it, inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding and respect. This is partly accomplished in the diploma program through what we call the core. IB students take a theory of knowledge class in which they examine what it means to know something, as well as what constitutes knowledge in different disciplines, cultures, and aspects of society. They embark on research into an area or topic of their choosing to complete the extended essay, and they are also asked to complete creativity, activity, and service, which we commonly refer to in IB as CAS. Within CAS, students engage in creative, active, and service-oriented experiences of their choosing, which target 7 learning outcomes. These learning outcomes align with the IB learner profile and include such aims as identifying strengths and areas for growth, undertaking new challenges, planning and initiating experiences, collaborating with others, demonstrating perseverance and commitment, engaging in issues of global importance, and considering the ethics of choices and actions. You may have noticed the slides as you came in, which capture just one part of each senior's CAS they found especially enjoyable or meaningful. These slides help demonstrate the essence of what CAS is: an opportunity for students to explore and discover interests, to engage in their community, to foster their personal growth beyond the classroom. The seniors before us today have engaged in an array of experiences with all kinds of personal outcomes and takeaways. There are those who invested countless hours in pursuing a passion, be it to design music or artwork, perfect performance on stage or on the field, or to do everything possible within their sphere of influence to affect positive change in the world. Some discovered new passions and talents, came to see the world a little differently, learned that success doesn't always mean achieving exactly what you set out to do. Seniors, some of you achieved all this because you were challenged, or I dare say, required to do so. Others, because this is naturally who you are. Both these motives and all their outcomes are commendable. It is a tradition in our program to recognize an IB senior whose CAS portfolio exemplifies these learning outcomes. The recipient of this year's CAS Award embodies the very spirit of CAS and, by extension, the aims of the program. She engaged authentically and intentionally in her CAS experiences, devoting herself to continued personal growth and to leading and encouraging others. Her supervisors consistently noticed her dedication, persistence, and natural leadership, whether she was on the tennis court, in the swimming pool, or working with her mock trial team. She served others as a PHS ambassador, as well as by organizing and leading a book club for students at CLP Middle School. In both spaces, she was a model for younger students, giving them someone to connect with and a model for both passion and compassion. Given the way in which she has lived her life this far and made a positive impact in the lives of others, her award is inscribed with the words of Nelson Mandela and reads, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived, it is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." Sarah Lindquist, will you please come forward to receive your award?
Each year, the Poudre High School IB staff selects 2 seniors to recognize for outstanding academic achievement, love of learning, and what they bring to the classroom every single day. Chase Streeter and Ruth Dia-Karan, please come up to the stage. They are this year's outstanding seniors. Chase's teachers described him this way. He has a strong sense, strong sense of who he is, what is important to him, and a willingness to work hard. His definition of success is not based on external results, but rather what he learned from the situation and what he was able to give. And another indicated that he is one of the kindest, most caring, and balanced individuals I know, and that includes most adults. And Ruth is described as one of the most curious, compassionate, and motivated students I've encountered in my career. Her genuine love of learning is contagious, and she's not afraid to explore new paths, no matter where they might take her. Chase, the quotation on your award is from Desmond Tutu and reflects your quiet acts of kindness and dedication to your community. It says, "Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world." Thank you, Chase, for overwhelming the world with goodness. And Ruth, your quotation is from Ralph Waldo Emerson and reads, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." I have no doubt you will gracefully forge your own path, and I look forward to seeing where you go. At the start of the year, I bought a book titled The Pivot Year. The premise is that we all have those years, those times when we're at a pivotal moment, a transition that may change the trajectory of our life. I was hoping the book would provide answers to questions and show me how to deal with pivotal events like graduation, aging, retirement. Instead, it started with, there's great power in not knowing what is next, not knowing what to decide, not knowing how you will make it where you know you want and need to be. That wasn't helpful at all, because I bought the book to give me answers to the unknown. I'm guessing some of you can relate, because the answers I was looking for were to questions like, now what? Or, what are your plans for next year? Or my personal favorite, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? Perhaps you too are wrestling with similar questions, and maybe you've got great answers. Maybe you have your future all mapped out. where you'll attend or if you'll attend college next year and what you'll study. Maybe you know where you'll live and where you'll be 5 years from now, and you even know what color the walls will be in your room. Or maybe you literally have no idea what you're doing tomorrow, let alone next year. In both cases, the future is really unknown. And while I don't have answers to how best to approach the unknown or the big pivotal moments, here are some things I do know. You can't plan the future, but you can prepare for it. The IB curriculum you just completed gave you academic and social skills to set you up for success and open doors you don't even know exist. You are prepared to think critically, collaborate, empathize, and articulate your opinions. Don't waste these skills, and don't close doors that may answer, now what? I also know it takes time to find your voice. Once you find it, don't be afraid to use it. Your perspective matters, and others deserve to hear it. Patience is a virtue and ridiculously hard to grasp. Just ask your parents or teachers about this one. Opportunities are often disguised as setbacks or disappointments. Not making it as a professional dancer led me to teaching and a career I've loved and am proud of. It sounds cliche, but the more you learn, the more you want to learn. Commit to being a lifelong learner, and I guarantee you'll find life is interesting, exciting, and at times even surprising. That said, some things are boring, and sometimes life and you are boring. When my daughters were younger, if they complained they were bored, I responded with what my parents always said: there are no boring things, only boring people. Peyton and Ainsley, I rescind that statement and I apologize. Because actually, sometimes life is boring, and that's okay. And one day, you'll wish for the boring, trust me. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you own them and learn from them. Young people are perceptive and often have good ideas. Listen. Older people are wise and have good perspectives. Listen. Yes, and is a powerful phrase, and not just for improv classes. Yes, and opens the door to all possibilities and your next opportunity. Take advantage of open doors. Finally, you can't do it alone, any of it. Navigating life requires support, so find your support people and hold on. My support people are here tonight. And as Ainsley says, I got you, Mom. Thank you. And I encourage you to find those who have got you as well. You'll need them, and they'll need you. As we all approach the next big transition, graduation, or retirement, I invite you to consider that maybe the book was right. Maybe there is power in not knowing. Yes, I just shared some things I think I know and have learned over time, but truthfully, there's a lot I don't know. And as I take my next transition, I'm excited to see what I'm going to learn next. Similarly, for all of you, there's a lot you don't know, a lot to experience, and a lot to learn and explore. It's exciting and terrifying at the same time, I know. And whether you earn that magical 24 points for the diploma or not, you've already demonstrated you have skills, tenacity, and perseverance, and you will face the unknown with grace and confidence. I honestly don't know what comes next for me, and in that uncertainty, I'm turning to the words of Emily Dickinson, who said, "Not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door." Seniors, I encourage you to open every door. Look for opportunities in mundane places and be open to new experiences, ideas, and perspectives. Who knows what you might discover? I used to think I needed to discover answers, and now I'm beginning to think I just need to keep asking questions. And I encourage you to do the same. Ask why not, and then take your knowledge, skills, and experience and walk fiercely into the life that was always meant to be yours. Congratulations, seniors. And in the iconic words of ABBA, Mamma Mia, here we go again. Congratulations. And now, for the event we've all been waiting for, the recognition of each IB senior. Ms. Kim Wilder and Mr. Greg Piccolo, the IB counselors, will be our readers this afternoon, and the IB faculty will be presenting the diploma stole and IB pin to each IB senior. Students will then be able to make a brief, very brief, statement to the audience. In order to hear every student, I ask that we hold our applause until all 70 students have had a chance to speak.
Joseph Ha Lees.
Lilio Vanu Sargent.
Quinn Perry Blumenthal.
Iris Harvey Radin.
Tonight, or this evening, I'd like to thank my family and friends for all their support these past 4 years, especially my mother, father, and sister, for all the far too late meals we've shared, and your support of my ever-changing, wacky timetable. Thank you for everything. I wouldn't be where I am today without each and every one of you, so thanks.
Hi. I'd like to thank my sister, my dad and mom, and my best friend. I love you guys.
I'd first like to thank my dad. All of your terrible jokes and occasionally brilliant ones have taught me an important lesson that if at first you don't succeed, try, and keep trying until you do. I'd like to thank my mom for making sure that I get 8 hours of sleep every night. I'm incredibly impressed by those many of you who don't, and I don't know how you did it. Finally, I asked my brother what he thought I should thank him for. He said that he just wanted all of you to know that he's just that cool. So, thank you, Kai. And then lastly, I just wanted to thank Mr. McBride for being an incredible IB physics teacher in his first year of teaching the subject.
I am so amazed that I got here all by myself. Just kidding. The list of people that helped me get here is so long, so I'm just going to name a few. My parents, Mom, Dad, you were my rocks through this entire journey, so thank you. Isaac, you left me footsteps to follow in. Thank you. To my friends, studying together was life-changing. Thank you. To my teachers, my wonderful teachers, oh captains, my captains. You were unwaveringly dedicated to our success. Specifically, Julie and Miss Martin, you contributed so heavily to my foundation. Thank you.
Avery Pearl Jackson.
Natalia Ines Melizo Kroll.
Chase Joseph Streeter.
thanks I'm about to give come from a place of the most genuine gratitude and the understanding that I could not have made it here without this support system. So thank you to my mom for teaching me how to balance my mental health with my academics. Thank you to my dad for holding me accountable to the excellence he knew I could achieve. And thank you to my friends for becoming my family as we experience what IB had to offer us together.
I want to say thank you to my friends, my family, and my teachers for everything they've done to help support me over the past couple of years. And I especially want to say thank you to my parents for being my biggest supporters and my best friends through all of this. Thank you.
I'd like to thank all of my teachers and staff members who've helped support me these past 13 years. I'd also especially like to shout out the people in the IB office for putting up with us and helping us succeed. Thank you to all my classmates and my friends for helping me in this journey. Thank you to my grandparents for always being there and pushing me to be curious and think outside the box. Thank you to my brother for always being there for me. Sorry. Thank you to my mom for helping me get through this, and all the cookies and cups of coffee and hugs have just made the world to me. And thank you to my dad for being there with me every step of the way, from teaching me how to read to proofreading far too many papers, and for always believing that I'm gonna go far. So thank you.
Benjamin Alvin Lawati. London McMillan Adams.
Arabelle Rose Gillis. Cooper Leon Hicks.
And, there we go. Hi, my name's Ben, and I'd love to thank my dad, Mr. Lawati, Prof. Lawat, the one and only. What you guys don't know, which is pretty cool, is that he actually has a black belt. And as a little kid, I got to watch his black belt ceremony. And what part of the ceremony was is that he stood in the middle of a circle and had all the students in his dojo come and attack him one by one. And it's pretty sick. So as a little kid, I not only saw my dad as Jackie Chan, but as someone who can take the punches, roll with the punches, and always get back up. So Dad, thanks for being the biggest role model in my life. Thank you.
Well, these have been a great 4 years, haven't they? With all COVID and CAS and IB, we have all these fun things we got to do. And it was the best experience, staying up very late and doing all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I thank my parents for, putting up with my BS, and especially thank a couple of my friends who've stayed with me throughout this entire amazing experience. And lastly, I'd like to thank Cole, which has recently helped me get through this last hurdle. So thank you, Cole. I love you.
I'd like to thank my friends and my family and my teachers for just being such an incredible support system. There's no way that I could have done this alone. And I'd especially like to thank my mom for reading and editing every essay I've ever written.
First, I would like to thank my family for their endless support. I'd like to give a special thanks to my mother. Thank you for pushing me to try new things and to work hard. I would not be the person I am today if it weren't for you. So thank you for everything you do. I would like to thank the staff. Thank you to the IB teachers who helped make sure I was prepared for the exams and answered any questions I had. Thank you to my counselor, Mr. Piccolo, for helping me with my college decisions. And thank you to all the admin who provided me with snacks to get through class. And then finally, I would like to thank my friends. I would not be here if it weren't for you guys. Thank you for the many, many late night study sessions. And yeah.
Madison Brown Sontag. Evelyn Georgette Couture.
Nydia Lizette Sanchez Hernandez. Victor Miguel Alvarez Flores.
Hi, I'm Maddie, and I just want to say thank you to all of my friends and family. You guys have really been good at supporting me through this, so I just want to say thank you for that, and I love you guys.
I want to thank my parents for always being there for me through all my successes and failures, my sisters for reminding me the importance of balance, my friends Cameron, Addie, Zendon, and Lily for always being there for me and showing their love and support for me, and of course the teachers for all the work that they put into this program.
Quiero darle las gracias a mi familia y a todos los que me han ayudado y a Dios, and I would also like to thank all the teachers and staff.
Primero le quiero agradecer a mi familia, a mis padres por todo lo que me han dado y me han ayudado mucho, por todo su soporte y darme la oportunidad de hacer este programa. I also want to thank all the amazing teachers that have been with us and have helped us throughout the many years, and to all my peers and friends who we really built a community on being able to finish this IB program and not suffer as much. Thank you.
Zendon Lamo Copeland. Aya Majid El Hemry.
Luis Armando Galvez Moreno. Ramon Barajas Torres.
I wanted to thank everyone who has supported me, not just through the IB program, but through Poudre as well. So to my friends and my teachers, thank you for making high school such an enjoyable experience. I wanted to thank my family. Thank you for traveling all the way out here to attend this ceremony. It means a lot to me. And then I also wanted to thank my parents and my sister for showing me unconditional love.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for blessing me with my amazing family. My mom, my dad, and my two baby sisters. They've been my biggest support all of high school, and my best friend. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for all your help.
Quiero agradecerle a Dios, a mis padres, a mis abuelos, a mis maestros y mis amigos. Gracias por el sacrificio que ustedes han hecho por mí y por siempre estar ahí junto a mí en lo que sea que estoy. Gracias, los quiero mucho.
I want to say thank you to all my friends, family, and teachers who have helped me get where I am today. Le quiero dar las gracias a todos, mi familia, mis hermanas y mis amigos y amigas que me apoyaron a llegar a donde estoy hoy. Gracias.
Noah James Colbert. Leah Dallum Fanning.
Rawad Fraj Abdul Salam El Kriwi. Connor David Jackson.
I'd like to thank my family, especially my oma, for giving me the opportunity to pursue an education in the Netherlands. And I'd also like to thank the IB program for providing a curriculum that is internationally conscious and has allowed me to view the world without partisanship.
I would like to thank teachers, staff, friends, and family for all the support they've given me this past 4 years. It's been difficult, but fun and rewarding. But now we're here graduating from the IB diploma program. Thank you.
I want to thank my parents, my sister, my teachers, and my friends for supporting me and putting up with my bad attitude when I was stressed out about homework.
I want to thank all the teachers that I've ever had from elementary all the way up into high school. One of my honored guests here today is my elementary teacher because she has just showed me so much on how to be kind, how to treat other people. I really, really appreciate you so much. I'd also like to thank my friends. I don't want to brag, but I do have the coolest, funniest, most beautiful, most inspiring friends I could ever ask for. So I will miss you all so, so much. And I would also like to thank my family, my parents. I promise you, your support does not go unnoticed. I love you so much. My sister Cassidy, she's a former IB graduate, so I was able to take so much of her experience and forge my own path. I appreciate you so much. And then my brother Brett, who's also doing IB with me. I truly could not have done it without you, and I love you so much. So thank you.
Gannon Derek Berglund. Quinn Alphonse Verts.
Kinsey Acacia Myrick. Samantha John Orr.
I want to thank my parents, my dad for buying an espresso machine. I didn't know how much I was going to need that. And for my mom for letting me keep my room dirty because I was definitely too busy to clean it up. Also my sisters for leading the way. I love you guys. Also, thank you to my coaches, teachers, and friends for supporting me the past few years.
I would like to thank my parents, my mom, dad, and stepmom for helping me get through this. It's been very, very helpful having you guys with me. I'd also like to thank my grandparents for coming out here to support me. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the IB program. It's opened up a lot of opportunities for me that I wouldn't have had otherwise, and I would like to thank all of the amazing teachers in the program for guiding me and being great. Like, they're such great advisors and just being so dedicated to teaching and getting us through the diploma program, which isn't easy. I'd like to thank my parents for putting up with me when I was struggling with the program with my extended essay, putting things off until like 1 a.m. And then I would also like to thank my peers. I couldn't have done this without you, and I'd like to thank my brother, last but not least, for being there and coming back from college to see this.
I just want to thank my friends, my family, my coaches, and my teachers for helping me through this journey, and I don't think I could have done it without you guys, so thank you.
Taryn Judith Davis. Brett Allen Jackson.
Ruth Nadia Karan. Mason Joshua Opfer.
All right, it has been quite 2 years, so yeah, but I feel like it's worth it because this is beautiful, and also because of the people I've been fortunate enough to have in my life. First of all, I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me through all this and being my personal cheerleaders, and also for keeping me on the right track, so thank you for that. I'd also like to thank my friends and classmates for just creating a fostering and supportive environment, and just being my partners in crime through all of this. I loved sharing this experience with you guys, so thank you. And last and most importantly, I would like to thank all the amazing IB staff for the amount of learning that they have been able to make happen for these 2 years. I'd specifically like to give a shout out to Ms. Cito and Ms. Linzicki for they've really solidified my passion for biology and chemistry. I'm going into biomedical sciences because of them, so their support means more to me than they might think. But anyway, I'd just like to give a big heartfelt thank you to everyone because I might not be up here if it weren't for any of you, so I love you guys, thank you.
I would first like to thank my parents. I love you guys so much. I'm really going to miss you guys next year, and you guys have worked so hard for me, even if it was my HL math homework. I know you couldn't really do it, but I know you guys tried your best. I'd like to thank my sister for having done this program before me, like my other part had said, and I love you so much. I really miss you, and I'd like to thank my peers. I'd like to thank the staff, and my brother Connor. It was definitely reassuring seeing the light under your door on at 2 a.m., knowing you were suffering alongside of me. And I'd also like to thank myself, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my own hard work.
Thank you to my dad for encouraging me to learn as much math as possible, for better or worse. Thank you to my mom. You're brilliant, you're amazing, you inspire me to advocate for change, and I cannot thank you enough for that. You and Dad are my #1 role models. And thank you to my little brother. I'm glad you showed up, but you're not looking at me. Your toy lightsaber was really distracting to me while I was studying, but you're really adorable and you're so funny and I love you so much. And lastly, thank you to all of the amazing Poudre staff. Shout out to Miss Pitts and Mr. Sayers and Miss Lewis for making math so fun, and to the English teachers for reading my long-witted essays.
I'd like to thank my family, my friends, all my teachers, coaches, orchestra and band directors, but most importantly, my dog Ranger.
Shirley Faye Weaver. Cameron Ann Boating.
Sarah Elizabeth Lindquist. Aiden Lee Clark.
Okay, I'd like to first thank all my beautiful friends for supporting me these past 4 years, and then also all the teachers for supporting us. I know it's not easy to teach IB, so thank you. And then especially my parents, because they're awesome.
I would like to thank my mom and dad for always supporting me and reading all my essays before I turned them in. Piper and Marcus, thank you guys for all the great laughs and memories you guys have given me. My grandparents, thank you guys for supporting me my whole life. And lastly, Addison, Zenon, and Eve, thank you guys for being my best friends for so long and always being there for me.
I just want to start out by saying I'm so grateful and excited to be here because there were so many moments spent late at night at my desk poring over history, authoritarian notes, or psychology research paragraphs, or especially the night before exams when I thought, I don't know if I can do this. But being here today, that is evidence that I was able to do it and that we all were able to do it. But I would not be up here today without the support of my parents, my little brother, my grandparents, all of the IB staff who have supported me through so much, and I also want to thank all of my friends and my IB peers. I love you guys so much.
I just wanted to thank my family, especially my mom, for being here. You served as the most foundational and supportive role in my life, and I really appreciate you for that. I also want to appreciate all of my fellow graduates. I'm proud of you guys, and I hope you have a bright future ahead of you guys.
Angel Alan B. Harris Montoya. Mary Evelyn Basta.
Sophia Claire Wiesmar. Aaliyah Rose Benjamin.
What's up? I want to thank Miss Hickson, for everything she's done, putting up with me, Miss Hunt as well, Mr. GT who helped me with my English, constantly saying my work was informal when it was just slang, and it took me a while to realize that. I want to thank my other teachers right here, like Mr. Beaupre, Miss Bibby, and then also saw him in the back, Mr. Fuentes, Senora Pinel, Miss Dio, and Miss Rogers. Y'all helped me come through this journey. I want to thank God and my parents and my brother and my dad. Yeah, appreciate y'all.
I would like to thank my beautiful family. They have just inspired me so much and helped me get through this program. The amazing teachers in this program are just wonderful, and they really have pushed us to get to where we are today. And my lovely peers, I could not have done it without you guys, and I love my friends very dearly. Love you guys.
I want to first thank all of the IB teachers and all of the administrators and coordinators for always supporting me and always challenging me. Thank you so much. And then I want to say thank you to my family, first of all, as well, especially those of you who flew out here to see me graduate. Thank you so much for your support. And then lastly, I want to thank all of my IB classmates. Thank you for always helping me and supporting me over these 4 years. I think you're all really awesome, and I'm going to miss you.
Thank you to my family, friends, and teachers, but especially to my mom and dad for supporting me throughout these 4 years and helping me get through all of my many hard homework assignments. I love you guys, and thank you very much.
Maeve Rose Schinkel. Akos Joseph Vieg.
Anthony Martinez Velasquez. Jefferson Manuel Avilla Velasquez.
I would like to say thank you to my parents, the best sister in the world, Katerina, my friends, Maura Kenny, my mentor, Ms. Carrie Armstrong, and everyone else who had to listen to me complain relentlessly for the past 2 years.
Hello. I would like to thank my parents. Mom, thank you so much, besides your foreign work, to make an effort to wake up in the morning and cook me breakfast even though you were dead exhausted. Dad, like you always say, no pain, no gain. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Lila, Esther, I just love you guys so much. Thank you for all you did for me. You guys were just so important to this journey, and nagyon szeretlek titeket. Köszönöm.
I just want to give glory to God because I wouldn't be here without him. And then I'm going to say this in Spanish. Estoy agradecido de mis padres, mi mamá más que nada, que ha sido mi mamá, mi padre y todo. Mi hermana, que la he mirado como mi ejemplo en toda mi educación y todo, que me hace burla y todo, pero ahí está. Ahí tengo mi tía, mis tíos, todos, y después ahí mis primos que me están grabando, pero creo que me van a hacer burla. Y con mis maestros allá de Harris, que todo me han ayudado con el español, con el inglés, con todo, y mis amigos, es una gran bendición que Dios me dio.
Many thanks to all my teachers, current and former. Muchas gracias a mi familia. Many thanks to all my fellow classmates. It's been a tough ride, but I'm just glad it's over, you know.
Hawid Girma Waro. Sybil Elizabeth Arabi.
Owen Riley Johnson. Madeline Faye Duveneck.
Okay, I'll start. My last 4 years in IB have been truly meaningful, and I think a large part of that can be attributed to the curriculum and the teachers that have been so dedicated to ensuring our happiness and success within it. You guys have allowed me to realize my love for learning, and I'll be forever thankful for that in my future endeavors. And then extremely thankful for the support from my peers, and most importantly from my family. Ariana, your unconditional love is so clear, and it's truly helped me each day get up. You wake up with a smile, and I know you love me so much, and I truly appreciate that. My parents, you guys have been my biggest role models, and specifically, Mom, you've personified the word grace. You're the most selfless person I know. You wake up every day and do everything you can to be a dedicated mom, and I am just so incredibly grateful for everything you've done, and to my dad for providing me with every opportunity I could have ever asked for. I'm just so thankful for you guys.
I first want to say thank you to all of the teachers. You guys have supported us all so much, and I'm so grateful for it. I want to say thank you to all my amazing friends. I just can't even put into words how grateful I am for all of them and how lucky I got. And I want to say thank you to my family. Thank you to my mom and my dad and my brother and my family that flew out there. Especially thank you to my mom for just being my best friend and my emotional support and just being my favorite person, and I love you so much, and I love Dad too.
We all have lucky numbers, right? I would like to thank 159 Alpine Robotics, Poudre's robotics team, and 2808 Poudre's theater troupe for really letting me, follow my passions outside of the school day. I would also like to thank my peers and my teachers, and most importantly, my family. You guys showed me that there was light at the end of the tunnel, and here on this stage, I think I can see it now. Thank you.
I would like to say I've learned a lot up to this point, and I am truly honored to have been a part of this incredible community. I will miss the time I spent here at Poudre, but will equally cherish the memories I made along the way. It is therefore with utmost gratitude that I now say thank you to all the teachers, staff, peers, friends, and my parents foremost, and everyone who's helped me along the way. Thank you.
Tensing Norris Sampera. Addison Grace Campbell.
Dylan William Palacara. Scarlett Kate Nielsen.
Okay, tensing. I would first like to thank my parents. They are some of the most hardworking and amazing people I've ever gotten the privilege to know. Your sacrifices aren't lost on me, and I'll try my best to make the best of the opportunities that you've given me. I'd like to thank my friends. You're the reason why I'm here today, for a lot of reasons. And I would also like to thank my brother, one of the kindest and most caring people I know. Even though you're shorter than me, I look up to you in a lot of ways. And I'll miss you a lot.
I'd like to thank my parents, my mom for proofreading all those essays, and my dad for always reminding me that at least it's not a PhD. And my friends for always being at Alley Cat for enduring those long hours of studying. And of course my dog Kermit, because animals are the best support system.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my family. I think it's really special and important to have people in your life that you can look up to and rely on, so I'm just really grateful that I have that in all of you. Thank you for supporting me over the course of my life. It means a lot. And I also would like to thank all my friends. I did this program initially for the people, and I think that's honestly been my greatest takeaway, because not only was I given the opportunity to strengthen pre-existing relationships, but also to form new ones with some other really important people. So just thank you all. I couldn't be where I am today without you.
I'd like to thank God for showing me the beauty all around me. I'd like to thank my friends and my family for supporting me on this journey. I'd like to thank my teachers for helping me. I truly could not have done this program without their assistance. And last but not least, I'd like to thank myself because I made this happen.
Weldon Sarmiento Guerra. Hunter J. Staley.
Jasper Thomas Gribble. Gia Kobe Ragusis.
I would love to thank my parents, primarily, the people who I admire most, my heroes, my king and my queen. I would also like to thank all of my friends who helped me along this treacherous journey. I'd also like to thank the administration, the staff, and the faculty. Mr. Fall, thank you for keeping me fed. And I would also like to thank my HL psychology class, best class ever, learned the most, best people. Love you guys, mostly my mom and my dad, and my dog. Thank you.
I would love to thank all my teachers who are all very passionate for what they teach and for allowing me to learn something new every day of school. And I'd like to thank my parents for trusting in me through the program and for all you've taught me. And I'd like to urge everyone who can take part in the program to do so.
I can go through a long list of people I'd like to thank, but the most important people are my family who's sitting over there. Thank you for everything you've done for me. And thank you to my brothers for being my best role models.
I'd like to thank my parents for always pushing me to do more and to be more. And I'd like to thank my teachers for helping me through doing the IB program, especially Miss Bibby and Mr. Sayers for helping me find out what my passion is and what I want to do with the rest of my life. And I'd like to thank my peers and my friends for creating the community that makes IB such a great opportunity for students.
Adeline May Osborne. Cassidy Ann Maglietta.
Octavio Esteban Sutton. Annabelle Rose Irene Saldana.
Throughout these past 4 years, I have gained a great sense of community, love, and education. I wanted to start by thanking my family and my extended family for flying out here to support me on my big day. My mom for always having my back in every decision I make. My father for teaching me how to lead, and both my sisters for loving me unconditionally. I would also like to thank my counselor, Mr. Greg Piccolo, for always pushing me and having my back in any situation I may put myself into. And I'd like to thank all the IB teachers and all of the non-IB teachers for just being there for me.
I want to start by thanking Ms. Wilder for letting me cry in her office many, many times. And then I want to thank Mr. Beaupre for pushing me and making me focus on what I truly want in my future. I also want to thank my best friend, Annabelle Saldana, and Claire Oakley, my cousin, for going through this journey with me. Last but not least, I want to thank my amazing parents for being my true support and never making me believe that I couldn't be anything that I didn't want to be.
I got up here and I heard my dad's camcorder turn on. So I want to thank my parents for always being there for me. You guys have been a really big support in my life. I also want to thank Miss Linzicki. She's hiding over there in the corner. You have put up with a lot of my theater craziness, and we've spent a lot of hours together. So I want to thank you also for giving me like very aged IB support of fellow graduate of the IB program. I also want to thank my class. We've spent a lot of hours together, so I'm really going to miss you guys.
I'd like to start off by thanking Mrs. Wilder for always allowing me to reach all the opportunities that I have and making it so that even if I have to take a class at lunch, I can do what I would please. And then I would also like to thank my mom and my dad. My mom is truly my best friend and has stuck through it with me, as well as my dad, who always gave me all the opportunities that he was never able to have.
And of course, to all my friends and family, as much so as Cassie and Claire. You guys stuck through it, and I'm really proud of you guys, so thank you all.
Basil Jalal. Kaylin Ann Gray.
Claire Elizabeth Rosen. Kenzie Jael Morales Flores.
First off, I want to thank my mom. Her love, strength, and sacrifice is the reason I'm up here right now. And she's just the most amazing person I've ever met. And I just wanted to share my favorite memory from IB. Just a couple weeks ago, we had our final exams, and me and my boy Akosh, we stayed up one entire night studying. And by like 5 a.m., we were like, dude, we got no time to sleep. So we just played Mortal Kombat the rest of the night. And then before the 3-hour exam, we both popped pre-workout. And then we just did that and passed out when we got home. So I love all my peers and my teachers. You guys are the reason I'm up here too. Thank you.
First, I'd like to thank the teachers that have supported me, not only throughout IB, but elementary and middle school as well. I'd also like to thank my family. Some of my grandparents are watching from Missouri, so hey. Also, I'd like to say that Peyton, thank you so much. You've been the biggest inspiration to me ever since he left for college when I was like 6 years old. And finally, I'd like to say thank you to my best friend, Willow. Even though you aren't an IB, you've tolerated my complaining for the last 2 years, so I'd also like to sincerely apologize for that.
First, I want to thank my family, including my parents and my sister, for all coming today and for supporting me the last 13 years, but also the last 18 years. I want to thank Tyler for saying, "You got this," before every IB exam, and for teaching me that sometimes my mental health is more important than studying for just one more hour. And I want to thank all the amazing teachers I've had, especially Mr. Glatfelter for taking me to Greece last summer and giving me the experience of a lifetime, and to Mr. Beaupre for teaching me psychology the past 2 years and showing me how much I really love it. So thank you.
I want to say thank you to all my teachers for their guidance, for their encouragement, and for the kindness they've shown me all throughout the IB program. I want to say thank you, most importantly, to my parents for their always believing in me, for their patience, a lot of patience, and for making sure that I stay focused. And lastly, the last thing I want to say for my little brothers is that, for my 2 little brothers, just make sure that you stay focused, have fun, and also ask questions, and you can be up here too one day.
Claire Elizabeth Oakley. Zoe Lee White.
Rwanda Fraj Abdul Salam El Kriri. Finn Miller Vaughn.
I just want to start by saying thank you to Mr. Beaupre for making our psych class so much fun and encouraging me to learn. And thank you to Ms. Wilder for letting us come into her office even on our off periods just to say hi. And I want to say thank you to my family and my friends and my boyfriend for always being there for me. And you guys are the reason that I have all these things to wear. So thank you.
I'd be tired, and I'd be really happy it's over. But honestly, I'd be kind of sad. I'd be thankful for all the beautiful, smart, and gracious friends high school has given me, ones who I will forever remember and cherish fondly. I'd be very thankful for my family and all the support they have given me, always being there for me in the hardest times. And I'd be very thankful for all my teachers and their constant work to helping me become a better student. But more importantly, however, I'd be so proud of all of you.
Assalamu alaikum. Firstly, I want to thank my parents for moving here from a foreign country in order for us to have better lives. Without your sacrifices, there's no way I'd be standing here right now. Second, I would like to thank my twin brother, Rawad, for staying up late nights with me and the stressing over IB exams together. And last but not least, I would like to thank my teachers. Special thanks to Mr. Piccolo and Dr. Hickson for the endless support. Thank you guys for everything. Alhamdulillah ala kull shay.
Although I'd like to thank my sister Sarah, who I love very deeply, shout out to you, for showing me that I could do this program and it was attainable. And I would also like to thank my grandma Judy, because you rock and I love you. And then my mom and dad for always listening to me complain. Also, I want to thank all my teachers that I love, like Miss Eckhoff over there, and we got Miss Bradchin, we got Mr. Laughlin in the back, I see you. We got Miss Van Orden, who is the reason I have these thespian chords right here. However, the motivation behind this speech was to spice things up. So now I will list off the people I would not like to thank, starting with the Minnesota Timberwolves, the person who thought that computers needed to be a type of science, the person who did their best, not very good, to try and teach me about said science. Akos knows what I'm talking about. The entirety of the city of Boston, the cast of the Music Man revival, the humans in the Planet of the Apes, Logan Roy, Mao Zedong, but only when he made Khrushchev go swimming, Kevin Durant's right foot, Pep Guardiola and Sheikh Mansour, the entire city of Everton, and last but not least, the state of Israel, because there is no excuse for bombing thousands upon thousands of innocent children and putting innocent Palestinians in torture camps. As young, internationally minded, educated people, we need to be the change in a country that is using our capitalist economy to do nothing but fund genocide. And if you disagree with that, you're on the wrong side of history. Thank you very much. I be out.
David Anthony Ricardo. Martha Abigail Talbert.
Well, I think if there's a common trend I've learned today from listening to all these speeches, it's that sleep is for losers. So, it's with heartfelt sadness that I must admit that I'm a loser. And with this sadness, there's also joy, because I'm done. Woohoo. And one of the reasons I'm done is all of these great teachers that have helped me through. I think it's quite the achievement that I liked every single one of you. I would go to dinner with all of you. And I think that says a lot. I would also like to thank my family, my father, who's the one with the too big camera, my mother, my brother, and my grandparents. Wait, sorry, I don't want to thank my brother. Because it's because of you that I will never forget that I am a quarter inch below the average height. Rude. And I would like to thank my friends who sent me, sometimes at strange times of the day, pieces of textbooks which I mysteriously couldn't find. So thank you for sending me textbook photos at random times of the day. And thank you all for having to sit here and watch me.
All right. I'd like to thank my family who has truly pushed me to reach my full potential all the way through IB. I wouldn't be the person that I am today without you. I'd also like to thank the IB staff. I don't think I've had a single teacher through IB that hasn't in some way allowed me to find personal connection to my schoolwork and be able to find myself through my education.
Thank you. Let's give our graduates one more round of applause. And we do have one final speaker before we conclude our ceremony today. Each year, the IB senior class selects one student to represent them as their convocation speaker. This year's honor goes to Joseph Leeds. Come on up.
To begin, I'd like to thank all of the family members and friends gathered here to celebrate what my class has accomplished, as it is truly incredible. Being here today is already no small feat, and I know that beyond this, beyond today, my classmates will go so very far. Now, for the speech. I love dinosaurs. How could anyone not? From a young age, I became fascinated with the creatures, my curiosity illuminated by their host of adaptations, the brightly colored scales and feathers, the variety of spikes, talons, and plates that put most modern weaponry to shame, and most importantly, how many different types of dinosaurs there were. As a kid, I spent hours immersing myself in their world, learning about their differences and similarities, the warmth a Maiasaurus shows her children, the piercing cry a Parasaurolophus makes through its head, the perspective watch of the fishing baryonyx, and the thieving hands of the nest-raiding oviraptor. These dinosaurs filled my imagination. And through shows like Dino Dan, I became convinced that I too would one day befriend a Corythosaurus and show it off to my friends. Although age is a terrible thing, and as I grew older, it quickly became apparent that the tracks which I followed were of an older time, and the closest I'd come to befriending a dino would be becoming vegetarian and soaring off the poultry on my plate, a definite dino downgrade. Then in middle school, I learned of something horrible: teenagers. The dinosaurs which I praised for all their ferocious terror were a lot more, well, gross in real life. You see, teenagers and dinosaurs are one and the same. They both groan and roar, bite and scratch, and tear each other to pieces. I bet there comes a point in parenting where most parents would rather a domesticated dino over their teething Tyrannosaurus teen. And as I entered the biggest stomping ground of them all, high school, I discovered that I too had claws that could cut both others and myself, so disastrously deep. High school is a special time for us dinosaurs, as it is in this environment where many of us are forced to adapt, leading some to grow out their claws and teeth, others to dilute their vivid and colorful coats, and all to plant tracks that will trail us for life. And it gets worse. As we exit high school and enter the adult world, it becomes clear why younger me didn't encounter any dinosaurs sooner, because the adult world, plainly put, is primarily comprised of chickens. Something happens in between high school and retirement, where once terribly terrific dinos, oh no, are forced to shed their scales and don their feathers, trim their claws and bind their beaks. Where once in all their tyrannic fanaticism, they would cry for change, many are now forced by their environment to sit in the coop and watch as world conflict leads their fellow fowl to become poultry at the hands of dictators, fascists, and other forces. And so now, as we enter this world of hens, roosters, and biddies, I bid you, fellow dinosaurs, to straddle the line between forced adaptation and remaining true to your morals and beliefs, to hold what you believe to be right and to defend it. Remember that you too can claw and scratch, and that it is important, now more than ever before, to utilize this excellent education we have received, these teachings on the mistakes of the past and the problem-solving skills of the future, to reinvent this world before us, to demolish the cages that asteroids and volcanoes have forced us into, and to fight until our trees grow once more and oxygen runs rich in our atmosphere. And regardless of whether your footprint is a foot long or 10, any step taken is the first of many tracks in a long story, and one day some curious kid will be tracing them, inspired to wonder and dream of what terribly terrific, tremendous creatures came before. Congratulations to all the graduates here today. What you've done in the past 4 years has been so amazing. And on a personal note, thank you to my class for being so kind and hardworking, and for helping each other and me out in times of need. Congratulations, and well done.
Joseph, because you are a quiet leader among your peers, the quotation on your award is from Harold S. Janine of the Harvard Business School, and it reads, "Leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitudes and actions. Your words and actions speak loudly and clearly, stating you are destined to be a great leader."
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dr. Hickson. Before I leave the stage, I understand that you too are finally graduating, or retiring, as the case may be. I also understand that you would prefer to keep this event focused on the graduates, but because we and the IB staff are so deeply appreciative of all you have done for the program, we have a little something for you too. You have presented countless of these awards over the past 10 years of your tenure as IB director, each engraved with a quotation carefully selected to reflect the admirable qualities of the recipient. We decided you really ought to have your own, engraved with these words from Maya Angelou, which we believe capture your essence as an educator and all-around good human. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Thank you for all you've done, Dr. Hickson.
Thank you. This truly is my mission, and I so appreciate it. So thank you to all who did this. It was not expected, nor wanted. So now, how I should say it is much appreciated, though, and I'm flabbergasted. What I would like to say, though, is I am really proud of all of you for taking the challenge and for persevering to the end. And now I get to say, class of 2024, please rise. Parents and honored guests, thank you for joining us in this celebration. And please join me once more in acknowledging the efforts of the seniors before you. Congratulations. As you head out today and into the fall, please know you are not alone, and you have the support of all of us in the auditorium today. And I'm so glad to be graduating with you. Congratulations. That concludes our ceremony. Pomp and circumstance, please.